our previous sessions, I gave instruction on how to insert the hook into the vise, and remember, you just barely put it on, just enough to hold it. You want that point to be out, definitely, and you want the shank of the hook to be perfectly level, flat. You take your bobbin in your right hand, if you're right-handed, and get some thread there, or maybe even tie it around your finger if you wish. Go perpendicular to the hook, the shank of the hook. Go over the top and then just come around. And the key is to keep both of these hands pulling tight, not enough to break, of course. And then you can easily go backwards all the way to the to where you want to start the hook, the tail. In this case, I'm going to start the tail just above the tip. Okay? Now we're going to put in several material on tails. Most flies have tails. Caddis flies don't have tails. Maybe some others. But most of them do. And most of the time, the recipe for the fly we'll say that it's the length of the hook from the eye to the bend right there. So about that long. Okay. Now I'm going to use two different materials today for the demonstration. This is a saddle hackle, and I'm going to pinch about 15 to 20 pieces of it right there and pull straight up. And it comes straight off. It's so easy. The next part about tying a fly is the measurement. You want to get it, if you want it to be the length of the shaft. You take it in your right hand and you lay it right above where the eye of the hook is. Okay, this is perfect there. It comes right back to where you want it, right there. If it was a little bit too long, you would adjust. You get it measured. And then you trade this or exchange it from the right hand to your left if you are right-handed, and tying right-handed, and you lay it right on top of the shank of the hook, right above the thread, not forward of it, not backward of it, right on top. And you bring the thread up and you do this pinch that I've gave instruction for. You hold it, kind of a loose loop here, soft loop, and then come straight up. Do that twice, and maybe 3 times, and you get it wound up, and you want the thread to be right above the tip, and that's how you put a tail on. The tail should be definitely on top of the shank every time. You never want it to be on the side. Now, one of my favorite material is this marabou. Oh, it's so exciting. When you see it in the water, it just moves so beautiful. I think it's the attractor for the trout. It's just beautiful. Maybe put some sparkle in it, strands, but we'll show that later in the woolly bugger tape. And I'm going to take this whole clump here. It's just like a nice clump. And we're going to measure, and I'm going to let it be a little bit longer. I like them a little bit longer, maybe 1.5 shanks for a woolly bugger. So that's just about right. So I've measured it, I exchanged my hands, and this time I want to cut it before I put it on. I'm going to lay it right on top of the shank. I'm going to come up, make my soft loop, definitely on this marabou, it's very soft. Come up maybe 2 or 3 times like that, and lo and behold, it is right exactly where I want it to be. Okay? And that's how we put tails on.